Okay, so here we have a document that has been formatted with a number of different things, and what we want to do is change it. And we want to do it in as little time as possible. We don't want to have to spend any more time than we need to fix this thing up. All right, so the first thing I want to do is change the font. Now, right now the font of most of the document, if you kind of click anywhere in here, you'll notice it's Arial 13. And what I'd like to do is change the font to Calibri. Now, the problem that I would have if I were just to select the whole document and change it from Arial to Calibri is that it would affect the areas over here, like these headings, and also this one up here, that I really don't want to be affected. So what we're going to do is use a tool called Find and Replace. Now the Find and Replace, we've used that in the past to look for maybe one word or phrase and replace it with another word or phrase, throughout the document. It's kind of like a global document kind of change. But in this case, we're going to use it to replace our font for this first one here. So the way we do this is, let's go back over here to this is in the Home tab. We go over here to the Replace, all right? And I'll just kind of clear off what we had before here. And what you want to do is in the Find What, we'll click up here. And then down in the Format area, we'll click down there and go to Font, all right? And the font that we're going to be looking for in this case is going to be Arial. So the Arial font. So I choose Arial, hit OK, and so it's basically going to look for the Arial font. And when it finds any occurrence of the Arial font, we want to replace it with Calibri. So on the Replace With, I'll just click on the No Formatting, go back to Format, go to Font, find my Calibri font here. Not too far down there. There's, wrong one there. There's Calibri there. And that's it. I'll hit OK on that. Okay, and then once I've done that, I just go here to Replace All. And bingo, there it goes. And I hit OK. And there it is. That looks pretty good. All right. Now the only, and notice too, by the way, it didn't change this one here, and it didn't change the headings, because those headings were not Arial. They were something else, Papyrus. So in any event, though, that's the first thing. Now, the font is a little small as well. So I probably should have, when I went to replace it, I probably should have made it a little bit bigger. So what we'll do now, because we have this now as Calibri, we'll go back up to here. I'll hit No Format, kind of clear that out. And then I'll hit Format, and I'm going to tell it to find the Calibri. Okay, so get our Calibri in here. There it is. And I want to replace the Calibri with Calibri, but also make it Calibri, and we'll make it also, let's say, 14 point. See, so 14, hit OK. So now it's going to be font. Well, now it says font 14, so I got to go back in there again. That was kind of dumb. Go back in there and make it Calibri. Oh. All right, so there's Calibri. There's 14. We hit OK, and now we got Calibri 14. So we're going to replace all the Calibri with Calibri 14. So then we go and hit Replace All, and there we go. Hit OK, and close this up, and that looks pretty good. Now the other thing I have in here is the red text, and I'm thinking that I like to maybe just get rid of the red and maybe just replace it with just the standard black, the default black. So the way I'm going to do that one is I just kind of click anywhere in here, go back into Replace, all right, and I'm going to tell it that I'm looking for, well, it already has Calibri up here, but what we'll do is we'll go back into Format, go to Font, and tell it that we're looking for basically the color of red. It's going to be this one right here. Okay? Now hit OK on that, and now it says color of red. and then I'm going to go down to the replace with, hit format, go to font, all right? And in this case, we're going to say that we want to replace it with just automatic. And there's auto. And it's still going to give me the font of 14 and the this color here, which is black. And I'll just go ahead and hit replace all. And there we go. Hit OK. And then, you know, I realized that also what I did too was I had made it bold as well. All right. So this, you know, when you look at this and you're saying to yourself, geez, Chip, you really kind of messed this thing up, having to keep on doing this over and over again. But this is probably a good lesson to learn as far as, you know, when you're working with this feature. But again, it doesn't really take that much longer to fix things up. So what I want to do now is find all the occurrences of Calibri bold, all right, and just replace it with Calibri, right? So what we'll do here is on this top one here, I'll just say no formatting, and then I'll hit format, font, okay, and now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find the Calibri, so the Calibri font, and it's going to be the Calibri bold, all right, hit OK, so Calibri bold, and then I'm going to replace it with, so I'll go to here, hit no formatting, and then I'm going to hit the format here, then font, and I'm going to replace it with just Calibri. All right, so there it is. There's Calibri, and it's just going to be regular, just like that. And then hit OK. There we go. And then we'll go ahead and hit replace all, and there we go. And I'll close that up. All right, so that fixed that part. And keep in mind that this had changed throughout the entire document, so that whole document has been fixed. All right. So now, one last thing. I'm looking at my headings here. Now this font here is what we call papyrus, and I'm just not real keen on using it in this situation. I like the font, but want to change that. And I think what I want to do is I want to change this to like the Arial black. It's kind of a thicker kind of font. It's actually close to this one. I think this one here is I've got, yeah, this is Cooper, but we're going to do this one in Arial. All right, so what do? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to go back into replace, all right, and I'm going to go here to the you know, replace what, or what do we want to replace. I'm going to clear that out, and then I'll go to format, go to font, and we're going to find the papyrus here. It's down here a little bit. Actually, I can just hit the letter P there, and there's papyrus. All right, and I want to replace that, and also too, I want to replace papyrus. We'll just do that first. So there's papyrus, and then I want to replace it with the font, which is going to be the Arial black. So there's Arial black. And I also want to make sure that it's regular and make sure it's a different color. I don't want the purple. So I'm going to change the font color to, well, we can go maybe with the maybe the dark green here. Something like that. And then once we've done that, we'll hit OK. And then we'll go ahead and hit the replace all. And there it goes. It made 10 replacements. Close that up, and there we go. So that's it. So that has fixed it all up for us. So I know the video was a little bit long there, but you get the idea that it's a pretty fast, quick, you know, formatting tool, I guess, if you want to think of it that way. But just a good replacement tool. So hopefully you liked the video. Hope you enjoyed it. Take care.